Have you heard the term, what got you here won't get you there? Of course, I mean, it's something that you've heard before, most probably. And, but the question you need to ask yourself is, how many of us actually are ready to want to change, to want to do something different so that we can achieve the result that we want to achieve that we've not been able to? Because there's something you need to understand, and something that I've done in my life as well, to get to be someone so that I can achieve certain things that I need to achieve in my life. And that is one thing that you need to do as well. You need to reinvent yourself so that you can get the things that you want to get done, so that you can get the results that you want to have in your life. So, of course, it's easier said than done, okay? It's easier said than done. And that is what we'll be talking about in today's podcast episode. So, let's discourse. Hi, my name is Maximus Christopher. I'm your favorite online marketing strategist. And in every video, I bring you one strategy that you can use in your business. No BS, no fluff, just straight up strategy. And today, me coming live in this podcast, this is our 43rd episode of the podcast. It is so for 43 days, I have been going live for 43 days. Amazing, right? So, in today's podcast, I'll be talking about how to reinvent yourself so you can achieve the things, the success that you actually do want. Because, like I said, what gets you here won't take you there. Of course, you probably must have heard it before. I mean, you're smart, you're intelligent. But it's easier said than done, especially when you're a solopreneur, like some of us are solopreneurs. So it's a bit difficult whereby you understand that you need to, maybe when it's time for you to get team, maybe you need to build a team and you think, oh, I need to do this in myself because I've been used to doing it. But the one thing you need to understand when it comes to you building a successful business is you need to build a business whereby you're not needed in the day-to-day activities. I mean, you get to build a business so well that you need to be hands-off, especially when you're building an online business. You need to build a business whereby if you choose not to work for 3 months, nothing's going to happen. Your revenue will not drop. Nothing's going to happen to your income, okay? And for you to do that, for you to scale, for you to even have that kind of business, you need a team. Especially when you're in the online coaching space or you're a consultant, you need a team because those that will handle sales calls and those that will handle customers as well. So you need to build a team. Of course, maybe it's difficult for you. Maybe you don't want to change. Maybe you're thinking, man, building a team, man, that is quite tedious. It is not tedious. It is not, like I always say, it is not easy, but it is not difficult, okay? It is not difficult to do. Yes, it will take work, but it is not difficult to do. So the question you need to ask yourself actually is, how well and how much you want to grow? So if you know how well and how much you want to grow, then you start asking yourself, okay, what are the things that I need to do to get me to where I need to be, okay? And like I said, change may be difficult. And like I discussed in yesterday's podcast, because your brain is holding you back. And you have to let go of what your brain is telling you. You need to hack your brain and say, no, this is what you need to do. So because it's holding you back, you feel like, oh, man, I'm not good at certain things. Who said so? I've seen a young boy, 7-year-old, that can speak 4 languages. 4 languages, 7 years. And not because in 7 years, he's been speaking 4 languages since when he was 4. 4 languages. What happened? The environment which he grew up in. So, the environment that you have, the kind of people that you mingle with, the kind of friends that you have, determines the kind of result that you get as well. So, if you are in an environment where they talk down at you, they don't talk and uplift you, you don't get to see the result that you want to. You not feel like, oh man, I'm not that good. I can't actually get this thing done. But you can. But because of the environment you are in, you don't have the necessary information to get you to where you want to go to. So that makes you have what we call a stunt growth. Okay, so your growth is stunted because of the things that you hear and the negativism the negative talk and the negative self-talk as well. And that's why when it comes to you talking to yourself, it's important, the kind of thing that you say. I remember I saw a post, Timaya, of course, the artist, okay? He said something years ago that's something very, very, very true. He said one day they were together, of course, they probably must have been high at the time. And he said some of his friends they stood in front of the mirror. One stood in front of the mirror and the person was like, man, why are things not working for you? The way things are going, man, are you sure you're going to, make it big in this life? Why, man, why is it as if you try and it's as if it's not working? And that person comes up in front of the mirror and says, oh, man, guy, which kind of life is this one? The way things are not working the way they should. Oh, man, things are difficult. He said when he stood in front of the mirror, he said, man, at the time, he had nothing. But he said, man, you're going to blow. You will shake the world. Things will work for you. He said something. He said, years later, those of his friends are still where they were. And he has succeeded. So you need to understand that the things you say to yourself matters a lot. The things you say to yourself, they matter. So you don't just talk to yourself negativism. You don't just talk to yourself and you have this negative energy. Have you met people that when you come in contact with them, you just don't want to be around them because they're so negative and all they see is negativism. Even those in business as well. When there are people in business that all they see is how to make money, how to scheme, how to take from this person. Hey, guy, okay, maybe I need you to deliver something for me. And they probably must have this course with the customer. And so, do you know for this delivery, it's going to cost you 20,000 naira. And they will tell the delivery guy, man, this person is only paying 10,000 naira. After making profits off the item that the person is selling. So you see some people, and there's something you need to understand, that relationship is a currency as well. Yes, relationship is a currency. There's certain things that you can't get because of you have money. No. There's certain things you can't get because of relationship. I remember years ago, the church I'm in wanted to buy a property. They had the money to buy the property. The money was there. The money was not the issue to buy the property. But the owner just didn't want to sell. Guess what? It was a brother in church that didn't have that much money, but knows the family of the owner, the family that owns the property. And he spoke to them and said, hey, my church wants this property. Please, can we get it? Because of the relationship, well, like I said, relationship is a currency. They sold that piece of property. So when it comes to you need to reinvent yourself. If all you've been doing is just, man, I don't bloody care who I step on. I just want to make that buck. Money is all I think about. Relationship is a currency. So because certain things that money cannot buy. Have you met people about something happens to them and they're like, no, that one, I better leave that person, Jerry. Why? Because of the relationship. But something else will happen to someone and people will rally around and say, man, no, this will not work. We have to help this person. Even if the family members are not around, the neighbors will go and ensure that something happens, they help this person. But someone else with all the money, something will happen to the person, be like, thank God that God catch him. Why? Because of you not understand that relationship is a currency as well. So you need to start looking at yourself and say, okay, for instance, if you look at yourself and say, there's certain things I cannot do. That's what excuse we give ourselves as solopreneur. I'm not good at doing this. I'm not good at. Who said you are not good at doing that? Like I said, a young boy I met can speak 4 different languages. 4, because of the environment. Now, if you take a 30-year-old man, it would be difficult for him because of the environment and the training and the indoctrination and the mindset. But a 40-year-old man with determination can actually learn languages as well, and 4 languages, and actually learn 10 different languages if he chooses to. So what is the difference? Mindset and telling yourself, I can reinvent myself. I can become whoever I want to become. This is not who I am. I refuse to be defined by what people see me as and how people see me the way I am right now. I refuse to be defined that way. So if you're doing, of course, you have your own business and you want to achieve certain goals, you need to look at yourself and say, who do I need to become so I can get that thing done, so that I can achieve this goal, so that I can get this thing. And when it comes to that, that's where you don't understand the seasons when it comes to your business as well. There are seasons when it comes to business. So like marketing, there's short-term marketing and long-term marketing. But when I come online, what I see a lot of people do is this. They just want to make the money right now. Short-term marketing. So, and they sell to probably 13% of the audience. And what happens to the rest? Until they have another offer. Before they not gather them into a WhatsApp group and say, hey, I can sell this thing to you for you to make this X amount of money in so certain time. If you really care, it's just like this. If you're in a church and the pastor only calls you when there's a giving in the church, when there's a financial need in the church, do you think the pastor truly cares or is concerned about your well-being? Now just imagine that. Imagine if you're in a relationship and your husband just wants to talk to you only when he wants to have sex with you. Do you think that's a proper relationship? So when you look at your audience and only time you talk to your audience is when you want to make a sale, when you want to make money. Even when you post certain things online, it's just based on your personal life and all that, not necessarily giving them something that's going to help them. You're not teaching them anything that's going to help them. The only time you teach them is when you need to make money off them. And then you start saying, I don't get free content and all that. I'm not saying you shouldn't sell. But I'm saying that there's something called relationship. You built that. Okay? I'm writing a book. Will I sell the book? Yes, I will sell the book. But will it be that expensive? No, it won't be that expensive. Why? Because of, like I do in my business, because of an experiment that I'm experimenting on. Okay, let's go for the experiment that I have right now. Okay, and I'm gonna do it, and people are going to buy. But what they will get after buying that book will blow their mind. What they're going to get, the offer I'm going to offer to them, the offer they're going to receive from me will be amazing. That they'll say, oh, Maximus, I want to work with you. But what am I doing first? I am serving first. So also when a pastor does not serve you, that's when you start getting angry and say, no, you only want me when you want something. You only want me when you want something. It's like a husband wants the wife only when he wants to have sex. She knows. That relationship will not really grow. It will not be strong. So, I digress, right? So, what you need to do is this. Look at yourself and say, okay, what am I doing right now? And there's any things that I need to learn. They may be not easy for you, but hey, who said you? Okay, for instance, it's like this. When I meet entrepreneurs, and especially when it comes to the online space, and they want to start running Facebook ads, and they're looking for an agency to run the Facebook ad for them or to do the marketing campaign for them. Of course, I want to make money. Okay, I mean, I don't mind. I'll be like, oh, let me run it for you, and let me do that for you. Let me do that. Of course, I want to make money, but the advice I give first is learn this thing. Okay, can we work together so that I do it and you see it? Okay, so you're watching what I'm doing. You see what I'm doing. We're doing it together. Okay, done with you. Why? You need to learn it. You need to understand this thing for yourself. Man, I don't like this Facebook thing. Learn it. Learn how to like it. Learn how to like it. And certain things you just do. If you want that girl and she talks to you anyhow, but because you love her so much, what do? You buy her something. Because you know what you want. So there's certain things that, yes, you don't like Facebook ad, learn it. Now, the reason is this. When you learn it and you understand, and then when you later want to choose an agency to come and handle your ad, you have an idea of what is it, whatever they're doing. So if they get to do something wrong, you know. Imagine if you have the idea and they're telling you, oh, God, this is how, this is, you're just nodding your head and said, okay, but how come I'm spending so much? And, oh, don't worry, in the next 90 days, by the time you start seeing this thing, you'll be amazed. But because you've learned it and you have an idea of how it works, when they're doing something that you look at the creative and say, oh, this creative, oh, this copy, oh, this video, no, it's not going to work. And when you give your inputs, they appreciate it more. Not be like, oh, God, this thing, no. Because it is your business. You need to understand it. So you learn it. So certain things that you need to learn as well. Because, and you learning that thing, what's happening, you're impacting to yourself. You're reinventing yourself. You're adding to yourself what you never knew before. Now you know it. You're adding to yourself. You're getting better. You're improving yourself. You're improving yourself. You're getting yourself better. Now you have an idea. You have an overview of what's happening. You have an idea and say, oh, this is okay. Oh, nice. Then if it's not working, you know, oh, okay, can we tweak this? Can we work on this? Can we work on that? But you have no idea, whatever. Man, it should be a bit difficult for you. And you don't want something to be difficult for you in your business. Yes, it may not, like I always say, it may not be easy for you to do, but it shouldn't be difficult for you to do. So you say, oh, myself, I know myself, or, I don't like this kind of thing. I can't get myself involved with this kind of stuff. Get yourself involved. Learn it, learn marketing, learn sales. Because how will you have a thriving business without you understanding marketing and sales? I just need to run ad. What makes an ad successful is when you learn how to create great organic content. Then you look at the content and say, oh, now this stuff is working. Oh, they resonate with this. So I need to create more of something like this. Then when you throw money on it, then it works, because great ad are actually great organic content with money on them. So there's certain things you need to start learning. There's certain things you need to let go of. If you're in an environment where the people around you, they're all negative, and you know, being an online entrepreneur, it can be lonely as well. What about people? Some people just don't understand what you're doing. You try to explain and say, God, leave that thing. I don't understand what you're doing, especially when you're just starting out. So what do? You learn. You let go of those people. I'm not saying you shouldn't talk to them. I'm saying you need to start looking at yourself and say, come, how much time am I spending with this guy? I need to start spending less with this person. Don't be easily available. Your time should be worth something. Don't be easily available. You need to reinvent yourself. Don't be easily available. Who can you come? Even if you have nothing doing, so no, I'm busy right now. I can't make it. Then get a book and read. Or buy an online course and study. There are certain things you can do. Get just 5,000, or you can get one thing on Udemy and you just learn something that will change your business and change your life. If you're in a relationship and you're having problems with your relationship, you can go online and learn and listen, buy a course and say, man, I want to build this relationship. You're reinventing yourself, you're impacting to yourself, you're adding this thing to yourself. You're becoming who is going to have a successful business, not just someone that is just there and just don't understand what's happening. You're just talking to yourself. No. So you're building this, you're reinventing yourself, you're adding to yourself. You're learning marketing, you're learning sales, you're learning copywriting. You're learning how to create your ad for yourself. You're learning how to even set your own funnel, which I think I have to do a training on how to set your funnel as well and how to have a successful funnel. So you're learning how to create the funnel for yourself. Leave all this funnel hacking thing. No, you need to understand that for your funnel to actually even work, you need to have a great offer, okay? So you do all that. And before you know it, you understand, you have an overview, then you start building a team. Then you can say, oh, man, I think I need a vacation for 3 months. And your revenue will not drop. Why? Because you did the things that were not easy for you to do, so you can achieve the results that you want by reinventing yourself, by becoming who you need to become to get the result that you actually want. So get out of your comfort zone and reinvent yourself for success. Okay? I know, it's tough love. So I'll see you in tomorrow's podcast episode. Please, if you're watching this right now on YouTube, please hit subscribe and like and share. If you're listening to this on wherever audio platform you're listening with, please rate and review. And I'll see you in tomorrow's podcast episode. Like I always say, success is impacting the world with the investment of your personality. So work on your personality, because I need you and the world needs you. And I'll see you in tomorrow's podcast episode. Have a wonderful night rest. God bless you.